Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're all okay. Have you started the journey? Yes, that one where you set to find yourself away from the world you set your eyes on, the perfection you try to achieve, and the happiness you are starving for years now. If you have, then congratulations! You have set yourself for the most important quest in your temporary time here on Earth. But the main question stands. How do I find myself after years of looking through fake perspective and chasing materialistic dreams? And should I start slowly or should I be fast in this journey? Well, let's discuss the answer because it's simple yet it is complicated. As on the surface, it appears that the answer is complicated, long, and hard to find. But if we dove a bit down, we would find that the answer is simpler than we think. So, here are, or as I would say, here we are, thinking that life is not that long, but it's not that short. So we should enjoy a little bit of life. Maybe that's right. Maybe we should enjoy a little bit of life. You would think that being hasteful and doing good deeds is like someone wanting you to stop doing what you think is good for you and start doing something that they think it's good for you. Like your parents, for example. When you were young, you would like to play video games, right? I used to like play video games, but during exam periods, my parents would stop me from playing video games. I would say like, man, that's harsh, I should play video games. But in reality, that helped me a lot because I need to do right things for me. Sometimes I don't know what's the right for me. And the same principle applies here. The thing that we need to know is that our time here on this earth is limited and it's unknown. So we have two problems here we need to solve. The first problem is our time is limited. The answer for it is that we need to use this limited time for something. That something must be good for us, for those around us, and for our creator. The second thing is our time here is unknown. So we should prepare for the end of us at any time, in any given moment, in any given scenario. That might sound scary, but the reality of it is, it's the fact, it's the only true fact here in our world. The thing we need to understand is that the first thing in our self-discovering journey is to find a purpose. You would think that this idea defies the rest of the video, but it's actually part of it. Doing good deeds here on Earth is our purpose. Building and making good stuff is our purpose. That's the main goal of humanity. While destroying and waging wars is not. That's basically scratching the surface of the idea of our purpose here on Earth. And that's the surface idea of our question, which is complicated. But you would think that there's a lot of bad stuff happening here on Earth, a lot of stuff that we shouldn't do that we are doing, a lot of activities that are fun but wrong. And here's the conflict. The ideas that you think are fun and wrong, then you do it, thinking that this is life, is a big lie. That's why we started the journey of self-discovery, as we discussed before. And that's why we're discussing here whether doing good stuff is the right thing in this journey or not. The simple answer is yes, and we should start doing it right now. The main idea of being hasty and doing good stuff comes from the fact that sometimes we're short sighted and think what is good, but in reality, it is not good. For example, we might think that helping homeless people is good by giving them money and leaving them to be. Sometimes, maybe, is a good idea, but in reality, some homeless people are not homeless. They might be faking that they're homeless, they have stable jobs, they just want more money. So that's one way your money went the wrong way. Sometimes homeless people buy drugs with this money. That's another way your money has been wasted and you haven't been able to do something. Well, it's another debate, and it's actually a big one whether you should be responsible for what you give for the homeless in the street when they use the money, but it's not our topic here. What I mean by being hasteful in doing good stuff with your money, for example, is that you know who needs that money. You know that your neighbor next door is starving, but he doesn't want to make you think that he's starving. So you start by cooking a simple dish for him, maybe invite him for dinner. Sometimes he would think maybe he's being kind and generous, but he won't think, for example, that you are abusing him for a future step in your life or whatever. And what I'm saying is that you should do it for the good of it and you should not abuse anyone, please. Then you would say, what about the real homeless people that need money in the streets and I don't know anything about? Well, there's a little story I want to talk about. There was this one guy that was in a public place, always begging for money. He says that it is for his medical bills for his children, or at least one of his children. So once when I was young, my father saw this guy and the guy asked him for money. He said, "Don't worry about the money, tell me about your child's case and we will be able to help him." He said it in a good tone and he meant it. He would have helped the child if he was ill. Guess what? He stopped asking my dad for money and started asking other people. That means that there was no case and he might have been using this money for something. You see here, this is an example of haste in doing good. Haste doesn't mean that you be rash while doing good deeds. If you were rash, you would give this guy money. But being hasteful is like being quick while thinking what's good for the guy in front of you or not. So the simple answer for our dilemma through starting this journey is yes. You should be hasteful while doing good deeds. You should start your journey now by doing good deeds, by ditching the bad ideas. Yes, you would come back for this bad idea once, twice, that bad idea once, twice, maybe 3 times. But eventually, when you break the cycle, when you cross the plateau of latent potential, as it said in the Atomic Habits book, you build good habits of doing good deeds and stop doing bad habits of bad deeds. So in the end, distaste and haste in doing good deeds is not the way to move. We should be hasteful while doing good in this earth because our time is limited and we should seize every second of it.